Oh, is that working? Well, someone put a 1 and a wave if it's working. Great. Well, because I've just kicked my guest off, I'm just going to go and re-invite him, and then I'll get him back, get them back on. So yeah, I kicked my guest off accidentally, so I'm just giving him the new connection. Right, so hello, welcome back to Koopas World and my first live stream. As you can see, it went well to start with. Just waiting for my guest to come in. Let's hopefully he comes in a second. So how many we got in the chat at the moment? I don't know where that tells me there. I can see 4, 5, 6 people. Maybe. Just waiting for my guest. So how is everyone? How was their Friday evening? I noticed I picked a great day for doing this because everyone seems to have uploaded a video this evening. So there's quite a lot to watch out there today. Yeah, thanks, Ross. Yeah, I did have my guest on and then kicked him off to restart the stream and to try and get everything working, and they haven't come back. Hopefully they come back in a minute. Loads of Sega. I don't think there's any Sega in here. Right, my guest has arrived, so I know I've been asked for big hitters in my pickups. There's not many big hitters in the YouTube community than this person. So all the way from the gaming pantry, it's the Retro Bear. I finally got there after kicking you off the first time round.
Yeah, there's a few problems there, but yes. No, thanks for having me on, Steve. Much appreciated.
Show us your big hits. Right, yes. So, Russ, I picked you because we're about the same age, or we'll be tomorrow. So
yeah, there's been some decorating in here today, so I don't know what's going on. Apparently, it's my birthday tomorrow. I had no idea.
They just sneak up on you and you stop counting after a while, don't you?
Yes, they do. Honestly, it's one of the very few years where I've actually not paid any attention to having a birthday. I don't mean that in a detrimental way at all. I just haven't thought about it, really.
Yeah, and with the way things are, you can't really go out and celebrate anything anyway. So
no, that's very true.
We don't celebrate when you get to this age, do you?
Not really. No, you celebrate. You celebrate. You're still alive and you're still going, and that's about it, really.
Yeah. So I have no idea how to work out how many people are in the chat. But,
oh, there's some of them.
Here we go. I've worked out how to do that now.
Oh, there we go. Thank you.
You're getting a lot of happy birthdays.
Thank you. I had no idea that was about half an hour ago.
So we're here to show our big hitters, as Al put it.
Yeah, did he send you any money for that? 'Cause he didn't send me any money to do big hitters with.
Well, he hasn't been paying me his monthly subscription and mentioning him in every video I've been doing. So perhaps I'll stop mentioning him.
Oh, he'll have to get used to the crap I usually pick up. Then that's the way he's going to do it. I'm afraid.
Yes. Oh, you and me both. So did you want to start off, or do you want me to start off?
No, go on, it's your show, mate. You start off. Nope.
Right. Well, I'll show off something that everyone knew I was going to buy anyway, so it's going to be no secret to everyone. So it said it was going to be a limited time offer, but you can still find it in the shops everywhere today. And that is Super Mario 3D All-Stars.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've left it sealed at the moment.
Do you usually leave games sealed or not?
I don't normally, but then someone pointed out, well, why don't you just keep it sealed until you go play it? But I've been itching to play this and thought I'd keep it sealed for the stream.
Do you own the original games on their original formats?
One of them.
Okay.
Because
I've got all three, so that's why I haven't bothered with it.
Well, I've got the original All Stars as well, so but I have owned them all at one time. Having children and having to sell collections several times over, I've not got them back yet. So, So yeah, that's going to be no surprise to anyone that I picked that up, and it's still available everywhere. I saw about 20 copies in Asda today. So,
so it's not exactly flying off the shelves then.
I think it's selling well. The Nintendo, I know, said it's selling well. They said it's going to be limited till the 21st of March, but they didn't tell you how many numbers it was going to be. So, of course,
yeah.
People like me, idiots, went and bought it on day one.
Yeah, 800 million of them worldwide, I expect.
Yeah. Go on.
Right, well, you've done that one. I've got a bit of confession to make, and you know what this is already, but I haven't actually got any pickups to show. So what I've decided to do is because everyone knows about the Wii collection, and I've never really sort of shown off some of the bigger games. I've bought them in the past. There's some old videos with these on, which you're not going to go through and sort of go through. So I've just been through the shelf very, very quickly tonight and pulled out some games that people may not be aware that I have, because I have this reputation for buying crap. So I thought, well, they're not all fishing games and horse games. So I thought I'll just pick a few off the shelf and sort of show you some of the big hitters in my Wii collection, because that's what Al wanted. He wanted big hitters. So although I've been spending my money recently, this is big hitters from the past that I've got for the Wii. So the first one I'm going to show is Boy and His Blob.
I don't know that one.
So originally it was an NES game, and just about get there. And this was remade on the Wii, and it's an absolutely beautiful looking game. The art styling is fantastic, the graphics are really good, and it plays really well as well. And this is probably, I've never seen any, maybe £8 it's dropped to lowest in the past, but I've seen it go as high as sort of 12, 15. And I think I paid 10 for mine. So yeah, £10, for again, quite some time ago. But it's quite difficult to track now. You don't see it in the wild all that often. I mean, CX exists on the website. You can probably get it on eBay quite comfortably, but you don't see it all that often in the stores. So Boy and His Blob, that's one of the big ones.
I've never seen that out in the wild. I'll have to keep an eye out for that now.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, if you like that sort of art style, and it's great, brilliant.
Okay, I'm gonna go low now. There's gonna be a low here, small here. So I saw this in my local CX. It was £1. I thought I owned it. I've never seen one in this condition because they're normally battered, absolutely battered. I thought I had this. Went home, checked, and didn't have it. It was a bit of a bummer, but I went back a week later and it was still there for £1. It's a GameCube title, so I'll be pleased, but it's only £1, so it's not going to be a big hitter. And that is 2003. Now, I did own this at one time on a different format, and that's why I thought I had it. But there is nothing wrong with this. Even the manual looks crisp.
I think I've got that one.
And as it's all important safety guide, so Al will be pleased.
What is it with these safety guides? Are they like gold dust or something?
I don't know.
There just seems to be, an obsession with them now. We should be concentrating more on getting the COVID vaccine, but people seem more important than chasing up bloody GameCube safety manuals.
Well, you've got to be safe in this time, innit? Oh.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, said you said you've always seen that game battered. What do people do to their games? What do people do to a game to get it in a situation like that you won't pick it up?
I can only assume that someone's got hungry during playing and started eating it.
I don't get it. I really don't get it. Did you play it much when you had it originally?
Yes. I'm not going to give away what format I had it on because we might do that at a later stage on something else. So yeah, I did play it quite a bit. I did bought it when it first came out. So yeah, I played it a lot. I was looking at FIFA 21 on Switch today, and it said Legacy Edition. So that's just a kit update and stadium update.
It's a marketing ruse, Steve.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now I thought, well, last year's was a Legacy Edition. So now this is the legacy of 2019's version. It's like, why am I paying full price for this?
That's what everybody asks the same question of you. Why do you pay the same price for that game? All they've done is a few different colours in it.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I've not bought a FIFA game for years, and I ain't bought a Pro Evolution game for years on the same basis of that. It's ludicrous. Right, I'll show you this one next. Again, you don't see this one in the wild a great deal. And I think I paid $6.99 for this in game years and years and years and years ago, and I think it's about 15 quid now. But I absolutely love this. It's so much fun. Beat the Beat Rhythm Paradise. Now, you know that one?
Is that? No, I'm thinking of the one with the box, the tapping one. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
Let's Tap. Yeah, I've got that one as well. But this one, again, nicely complete. Lovely, great art styling on this as well. But it's a rhythm game. You have to sort of. There's nothing to it in terms of gameplay. You sort of moving the Wii remote or pressing a button in time with the music so that everything works out fine. But it's just the way it's done. It is really. It's a cute looking game. It can be frustrating if you get into a rhythm. It's like really fun. I know people have a real sort of love-hate relationship with these sort of games, but I don't get it. I think it's really good fun. There's also a version on the DS as well, which Pete Armour sent me a few months back, which I haven't got round to playing yet, but I played that quite a bit. But you don't see it in the shops. It's one that sort of skips through. And when I first started collecting Wii games, I actually wanted to just pick up the games, sort of decent games that I wanted to play instead of buying all the tat. So I sort of fell off the wagon somewhere along the line because I ended up buying all the tat. But this was one of the first games that I got because I'd heard about it and how good it was. So Beat the Beat Rhythm Paradise.
Yeah.
So there we go. That's two games then. That's nearly about 17, 18 pounds are spent on those games. But people are falling off their chairs at the moment.
This before we all had responsibilities.
I've never been responsible. Never been responsible.
Right. If you thought FIFA was a low point, I'm going to go lower.
Oh, I can go lower than FIFA.
Well, as you all know, I like my Nintendo cardboard. So I've managed to pick up the prize sum of 99p.
God.
Box complete. Finding Nemo. Game Boy Advance.
That looks. Is that got a box protector on it?
Yeah, I'll put box protector on now.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing wrong with Finding Nemo. 99p.
Can't complain. Because we've all got spare shelf space, haven't we, to put stuff like this on?
No.
But yeah, I mean, the boy might play that a bit, but yeah.
If you got spare shelf space, you're doing it wrong. It's no way of getting around.
I'm a little way behind you at the moment. I've only got about 200 Wii games, so I'm still behind you.
Just on the Game Boy Advance, do you play a lot of Game Boy Advance games or not?
Yeah. Not now a Switch has come out, so all my mobile gaming is on that now. So no, not.
I mean, I used to play it ages ago. I used to love it. It was perfect sort of thing to take away because it would play the Game Boy stuff, and it was, it was nice little console that. But it's been ages since I played on mine as well.
Yeah, I used to play on it a lot, and then DS and 3DS, and just got the DS played Game Boy games anyway, so sort of stopped there. But yeah, I mean, Switch is sort of taken over now because it's portable. So
that's it. Right, what can I get next? Right, on the rail shooter. And this is probably one of the best games on the Wii, if you like your shooting games. Which is what it's designed for, really, when you think about it. That's a comment. Interrupting me mid-flow. Yeah, some people have sort of said to me it's not quite as good as I make it out to be, but it's also for the Wii an adult title. Now, again, the Wii gets sort of saddled with all this kiddie stuff and this child games on it. Well, it doesn't get more adult than Dead Space Extraction.
Oh.
Now, it's completely. If you play any Dead Space games, apparently it's completely different to that. I've not played any Dead Space games prior to giving this a whirl. It hasn't got a manual. That's unusual. You don't see that very often on my channel. That was when my less careful collecting days. What is that? But yeah, if you just see some of the shots on the back of that, just images there, very, very graphic. But it's really, really good fun to play. So it's on the rails. So if you play something like Virtua Cop in the past, it sort of moves like that. Sort of think of games which are very, very similar. Obviously, it's a lot more violent and certainly more adult. But I think I paid $4.99 for that. It's about the going rate for it. It does go up a little bit in time, but yeah. So again, really in a sort of nice, high quality adult title, and it sort of goes to show that there were games on the system that went beyond sort of kiddie stuff.
Yeah. I mean, that's another one I don't see out in the wild, really.
Yeah, I don't see it that often, to be honest with
you. Okay, I'm going to get all my rubbish ones out of the way first.
Yeah.
So get all my kiddie ones out of the way first. So another Game Boy Advance game. You've got to tell me the box protector's worth more than the game as well. It is box complete, and that is Narnia.
Oh God.
Yeah. Am I ever going to play that? Probably not.
I've got that on the PlayStation 2. I think that's all I've got it on. But it's one of those games you see everywhere. It's so common. But I've never met anybody who's played it, so was it any good or not? We don't know.
Perhaps I should do a stream of it then.
Yeah, it might not be a bad idea. But there was another game. There was a film sequel to it afterwards. Prince Caspian, I think it was. And I've got that on. I think it was on the Wii. I think that came out on the Wii, Prince Caspian. But yeah, I've never met anybody play those sort of games, so I've got absolutely no idea.
Yeah, well, I'm just trying to get some cheap cardboard in before I start looking at the expensive ones.
Cheap cardboard in before the winter. There we go. Stop it. Just throw it on when you get a bit cold, just yeah. Right, what are we going to do now? I'll do that one. Right. Ugh. Ghostbusters, the video game. Now, I picked this up I actually got lucky with that because I got it cheap. I got it for about a $5, and then probably about a year or so afterwards, it sort of doubled in price. This game came out on the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. There we go. So it's an original. People refer to this, I think, as like the third Ghostbusters film.
Yeah,
I think it's the one because they never made a third one apparently yet. They may do one, I don't know, but this was what they were anticipating was that, and people hold it in high regard. I haven't played it for a long time though, so my memory is quite hazy on this one. But it's a game again. I don't see that an awful lot in the wild either. I see it on the other formats. I know the 360 version is quite. I think it's 360 and a PlayStation 3 quite pricey to pick up. Don't think that's quite as much as it was. But again, you can just see the characterizations of the Ghostbusters on the front. Really made an effort with this, and I think it was written by Dan Aykroyd and Harold Ramis anyway, who were in the film. So proper source material. But yeah, definitely get hold of that one and pick it up. It's not quite easy, hard to find that one.
Okay. I'm going to go with a bit of a pickup that I've seen in the WhatsApp group chat. I think Al's picked this up as well. But I will show it off quickly. It's a bit of a joke one, really. But I picked it up today. I might do a live tasting of the orange and cranberry Jaffa cakes.
Oh, Jaffa cakes.
Orange and cranberry Christmas flavour.
What is the sort of fascination? Yeah, we've talked about fascinations with other stuff. What's this fascination with Jaffa cakes at the moment? Because people seem to be talking about Jaffa cakes non-stop on various groups I'm on.
I think it's Al's drug of choice.
Well, I suppose there's worse things you can be addicted to rather than Jaffa cakes. It's
Yeah.
Have you tried them yet? Are they any good?
No, I only picked them up today and I've hidden them from the family because normally they'll be gone by the time I got to this stream. So
I was going to say, I'm surprised they've lasted that long. They disappear when they come into this house as well. But we don't have them. Yeah.
I've had to hide them, so they won't be here in the morning. So.
Is that part of your pickups that you're showing off, or is that just sort of like an extra special?
I just picked it up today and I thought I'll show off, but I can show another. I'll show another game off then, and you're going to tell me it's rubbish, but I think Ross picked this up in his latest pickups with Al on a different system, but strangely mine was sealed, and I didn't realise it was sealed when I bought it on eBay. But Meet the Robinsons.
Meet the Robinsons.
And it's still it's shrink wrap sealed. Is that the right seal for a GBA game? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know, but it's shrink wrap sealed. So it's in a box protector now. But whether I'll play that, no idea. So yeah,
I've definitely got a copy, at least one copy of that game. You ever seen the film?
Maybe in and out of the room when boys had it on, but
I think I saw it. Yeah, it's not exactly high quality Disney entertainment compared to some of the other stuff, you know.
Oh no.
Yeah. Right, what can I counter that with? Oh, there's another game you don't see very often. From, not my words, but the words of the box, the creator of Sonic the Hedgehog. I presume it was Sonic the Hedgehog. It just says Sonic on the front of this. This is Ivy the Kiwi. Now, have you played this at all, Steve? Do you know the game?
I've heard of it, not played it.
Because the idea is you've got your little Kiwi character there, and you have to use the Wii remote to sort of draw lines, and the character just moves along. So the idea is you draw lines, so the character goes up it, and move the lines around so they don't get eaten by the rats and the mice or whatever they're called down there. And it's very ingenious because I don't think there are too many games on the Wii that use that sort of system for it. But it's quite a frustrating game to play. Now, it's not an expensive game to pick up. You could probably get it for about £5. It's not but you don't see it very often. And I've only ever seen one copy. And this was in, again, the place which is probably about 15, 20 miles away from me. I thought, well, I've got to pick it up for a £5 because if I don't pick it up, I'll never see it again. But look at the art styling. You see the art styling on that again. This is one thing that the Wii gets a lot of criticism for the rubbish stuff on it. But, I've shown some really pretty looking games here tonight. There's a couple more in my pile which I should get through later on. But, yeah, so that sent me back a £5. But, if you see it, pick it up. Pick it up.
I'll definitely keep an eye out for that. That's, again, it's not one you see in CX very often.
No. Well, I did get it from CX, but it's the only time I've seen it. Yep. It's worth looking at, and for a £5, I mean, it's worth a punt, I'd say.
Right. My next pickup. So a work colleague was selling one of these. She gave me a price for it. It's not a price I wanted to pay. I was trying to beat her down on price. She said, no, she'll put it on eBay. So I had a bid on it. It went over what I wanted to pay. And I think she sold hers for £92. Yeah. Next day, I went straight on board, exactly the same thing for £36.
Bargain.
I'm a bit late to buy because I think you've got this already. SNES Classic Mini.
36 quid?
Yeah.
Bloody hell. It's daylight robbery, mate. You've stolen that.
Well,
you can't get that for under 3 notes. If it's 300 quid. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, well, I did put on the WhatsApp group. I didn't say what it was. I said, stupidly, these people ending their auctions midweek, midday. No one's going to bid on that. So yeah. I just got in and bought it right at the end.
Tip for people bidding there, but yeah, I mean that's a cracking price to get that for. My goodness.
Yeah, well, I've been after one for a while, and when I saw that, was like, well, I'm gonna grab that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I missed one at 50 quid just before lockdown. I think it was. Or was it,
I
was
mean,
it June?
the only thing it's missing is the baggies. I think I can live without that.
Oh yeah, goodness me. But that is an absolute steal, mate. You've got yourself that's a really good bargain. I'm jealous now. Overpriced. Did you buy it down the pub, Al? That's what I want to know. Where he got it for 25 quid from? Right, I can't top that. I can't top that. I like this game, but it's just they're just too hard for me. This sort of games make me cry, and it makes most people cry because you can't. I've never heard of anybody complete this game, the first game anyway, straightforwardly. So, glutton for punishment, I've got Metal Slug Anthology. Now, again, talk about beautiful looking games. These are fantastic looking games. Everybody knows this series well enough. Nice and complete there. But yeah, they're just too hard for me, but I keep playing them. And I can never get anywhere because I by the time you've died for the 84th time and you think, I just can't be bothered carrying on with this. I haven't got enough time in the day to play a game like that. But this has got all your Metal Slug games on it: 1, 2, X, 3, 5, 4, 6, possibly. I don't know. Doesn't quite say. Seven arcade perfect conversions. But yeah, again, you do see that one a bit more. But I mean, I think I paid 12 quid for mine, and it's about the 15 quid mark usually. You got a bargain. See, Steve's got a bargain again. Another 5 quid. People are out retroing the retro bear. I don't like that. Yeah, but insanely hard games, but beautiful art style in them again. Where are we now? That's 6 now.
Yeah, I'm on the last one already.
You're on your last one?
Yeah.
Oh. Wow. I'll pull out the stops in this last one then.
Right. Well, as probably some of you know, I'm a bit of an RPG fan. What you probably don't know is I like doing the complete opposite to what my brother does. So when he had a SNES, he had Secret Mana, which was a game by Squaresoft. So I wasn't going to buy Secret Mana, so I bought Illusion of Time, which was produced by Enix. So yeah, this is one I've been after for a long time.
Bet that wasn't cheap.
To re-get that. I got it for 16 quid. It's got the map and everything, but not the manual, so I've got to pick up a manual. But
well, that's not bad at all, is it, really?
No. But I did give it a bit of an iron because it was a bit squashed. But I really wanted to get this again. But really loved that. So.
Is it a game you've got good memories of?
Oh, I've wanted to play that game for so long.
It's the thing where you play something years and years ago and it stays with you, doesn't it? All and you want to go back and play it. And sometimes it's not the best thing to do because you end up playing it and getting frustrated with it and not enjoying it, and that tarnishes your memories. So sometimes the best left in the past. But I don't know. It's you have to see how you get on with that one.
I'm really hoping it's as good as I remember it. I'm not going to be disappointed.
I've never played it. In fact, until a few years ago, I never even heard of it. So
yeah, I think the Americans call it Illusion of Gaia. So I don't know why.
Right, what can I counter with? Again, I paid 15 quid for this, probably a couple of years ago now. And again, it's another great looking game. There's so many great looking games tonight I've picked. I'm really impressed. I've sort of picked some of the most beautiful games on the week to show everybody. Muramasa Demon Blade. Now that is absolutely beautiful. It sounds great. It looks really good. But I tell you something, it's a dull game. It's a dull game to play. I love the look of it, but I put it on. I thought, well, having bought it, I thought I'd better give it a go. Sometimes I'm going to end up playing some of these games. And I just sat there, it's just repetitive, sort of left to right scrolling. Let's all, slash the baddies down and fight the end level boss and then move on. And I just got bored with it, which is a real shame because, like I said, it's a really cute looking game and it didn't sell particularly well over here. And again, I've not seen it. I bought it once and I maybe seen one other copy since then. And I know earlier on this year, I think it shot up to about 30 quid, I think it was, in CEX. It's dropped down a little bit now, but not much. It sort of hovers around the sort of 15 to 25 pound mark. So, but if you do find it, I mean, if that's your sort of thing, great. But for me, it's a bit of a letdown to me.
Yeah,
I think there's a version on the Vita. I'm pretty sure there's a remake on the Vita for it.
I'm surprised no one's told us that yet. Yes, that's not another one. My CX seems to be rubbish. It just seems to be sports titles and Wii Fit and Wii Sports and.
Well, I've had to pull those from a number of different CEX.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've got 4 or 5 I go to quite regularly, but I still have to pull them in from whichever one I turn up to and find a game in there. Apart from the Ivy the Kiwi, I got that from a bit further afield. Yeah, there is a Vita version. There we go. Thought there was.
Yeah, and the other thing I've noticed is all my charity shops have cottoned on to what CX is selling stuff or doing trading for, and they're pricing accordingly now. So
the days of picking up a bargain up like that now are sort of very, 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 very few and far between. I've not seen it for ages. I mean, most of the charity shops around by me won't take any new stock. They got signs out saying we don't need more donations. We're full, but. I don't know. It's not. I can understand why, because people have to lock down and did flood the charity shops, or they got stuff before then anyway. So I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I'm out of pickups now.
You done?
Yeah. Well, as everyone keeps knowing, I keep banging on about my games room, and I keep spending money on stuff in the games room. So actually, the room I'm in now wasn't even here in March. So we've had an extension built, and then the games room on the back, which is being done at the moment.
So where would you have been sitting now?
Well, we had a conservatory here, small conservatory.
I was going to say, I thought you were going to say like the backyard where the bins used to be. Like that. Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it's taking every spare penny I've got at the moment. So,
but it's going to be good though when it's finished, though, isn't it?
Well, it was one of those things of we don't think we're going to be going away anytime soon because of current situation. So let's make the house as nice as possible and try and enjoy that space. So, but yeah.
Well, that makes sense, doesn't it? Get it done now, and then you can enjoy stuff afterwards. So, what you've been buying for it then? If you spend all your money on that rather than games?
Well, there's a new kitchen going to be ordered now. So
a new kitchen.
Well, long story short, our kitchen and dining room have been knocked into one, so now it's going to be one giant kitchen, and our extension is now our dining room. So I'm now setting our dining room. Yeah, and then trying to build a games room at the same time. But,
yeah, I'm not sure that's the best way forward, but there you go. I mean, it's like ours. We just sort of find all the space. We fill the space now. We've now filled those spaces on top of the space that's there, and to the point now where we've got no space whatsoever. The option is the loft or the shed, and it's because me we have to move up there, and I don't want to do that. It's be too cold.
Well, the games room's going to be 2/3 of the garage, so that's what I'm converting at the moment.
I'm just going to prepare me can bring me collecting habits down a bit and collect less really, but we all do it for different reasons, don't we?
Yeah, and we've had no car boots open where I am this year, so they said they weren't going to open any this year. So I'm normally picking up.
Yeah, wrong season now as well.
Well, yeah. They said at the start of the season we're going to have any all year, so I'm normally picking up stuff there every week. So I've had just CX and charity shops really. So it's been a bit difficult for me.
Anything you got your eye on at the moment, or not, that you're thinking of getting? Or?
I was chatting to Nath Retro on my Nath. Oh, you might have heard of him.
No, don't ring any bells, mate. No.
No, I mean one of the things I want to get. I'd love to get Virtual Boy at some point. I know they're not cheap.
Why do you want one of them?
Just to put on the shelf.
But they're not very good. I've never played on one, obviously, but I
believe Eddie's got one.
Who?
Eddie.
Never heard of him.
No.
Oh, the one who spends your money for you, him.
Oh yeah, the other one.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah. There's that. There was something else I can't remember off the top of my head now that I was going to get as well, or wanted to get, which was even more expensive. But yeah.
I don't think Go on, sorry.
Yeah, I've never said I'm going to go for a full set of anything, because you're setting yourself up for disappointment, because you're going to get to the big titles that you're never going to probably get. So I just.
I'm just waiting for people. I'm just waiting for people going for full sets and then missing like fishing games and horse riding games and party games and and then everybody else has thrown those games away.
Yeah,
they're worth nothing. I'm going to be the only person left in the world with those sort of games. So when people come to me and say, "Oh, I need to buy that fishing game from me," yeah, £500, please.
You're sat in a gold mine.
I'd like to think so. I'm probably the only person who thinks that.
It's white gold behind you.
Yeah, white gold. Yeah. Some people might call it brown gold, but that's their opinion of it. I don't know.
Yes. So we've got to pick someone for next month, haven't we? Any thoughts of anyone in the chat?
I don't know. Could go for somebody really obscure like Les Ferdinand or something.
I don't think he's in the chat.
Well, he didn't have to be in the chat, does he? Somebody could tell him on the show.
Yes. Who should we go for?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I can see one name on there. He does get some pretty cool stuff. And he's got a pretty cool collection. But it's got to be your choice, Mac. It's your broadcast. It's your choice.
Right. I'm going to go with this person then. Only because I've not seen their collection. I haven't seen. It'd be interesting to see what they do. So for next month, Dylan.
I was thinking of Dylan. That's who I was thinking of.
So Dylan, you're up for next month. I'm sure you're going to be happy with that.
Yeah, he wasn't expecting that, was he? Is he still in the chat, or has he run off?
It's probably passed out now. Yeah, so that'd be quite interesting to see.
Yeah, he was who I was thinking of. So, yeah, great minds think alike there, Steve.
Oh, good. Well, it seems popular enough, so that seems.
He's gone very quiet.
He has.
Yeah. Honestly, as I said, he picks up some really cool stuff. It's not the sort of stuff that I go for, but and as you said, you see part of his collection.
He picks up a lot of limited run, which I try and still wear clear of.
Yeah. But I think he's a good choice, and I would like to see that. Yeah.
There'll be some cool bits and pieces there that I think that we've probably not seen or like to see. Okay.
Oh dear.
I'm definitely not answered.
Yeah, I'm glad you said it rather than me.
Right. Thank you guys for watching. Look forward to seeing Dylan next month. And keep it retro.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye.